Hi Aries, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 6th to the 12th, 2025 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, or a gift card, check out my website, Dane Hart Guided Messages, or daneharttarot.com. They are both listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So if you're sound sensitive, this is the time to mute the reading, let the healing energy wash over you, and unmute it when you see me pick up the singing bowl. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Aries, we're going to be doing things a little bit different. We're going to go back to the very beginning and bring back an oldie but a goodie. We're going to do the Celtic cross spread and see what Spirit has to say. We have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. Let me make sure you can see that. Awesome. Angels and Spirit guides. We then have the Hierophant, and then the King of Cups, angels and Spirit guides. Show them clearly. Guide this reading. I'm going to move this over a little bit here. Guide this reading and show them clearly. We have the 10 of Pentacles, angels and Spirit guides. The Page of Swords, angels and Spirit guides. Show me clearly. The Fool, the Moon, angels and Spirit guides. And there you are, the outcome, the Knight of Wands. Okay, let me just move this down so everything can fit. All right, let me make sure you can see it all clearly. That looks pretty good to me. Okay, so at the heart of everything, at the current situation, is hard work. You are working and working and working and working. You are putting in the time and the effort. You are focusing on the details of things. Gosh, you're doing it all. And so just an acknowledgement of that, just an acknowledgement of how hard you're working, how much you're putting into things, that's going to be really important here. But also, like, if you're thinking, wow, I should be working harder, it's like, should you? Should you? Would that be good for you? So just be mindful about this during this time. It's not going to be about like, how can I do more? Because it's like you can't do more. Maybe you could. Maybe you're like, Dane, I could absolutely squeeze in a little bit more here. I could stop sleeping there. It's okay. I can do more. But would it be good for you? So ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that question, stepping back, looking at your hard work, looking at what you're working on, and kind of seeing if you can do it smarter, not harder. That's going to be really important because, my gosh, your current situation is like, it's all work and no play. So just being aware of that. You then have the challenge here, and it's the 5 of Wands. And the 5 of Wands is you're dealing with pettiness. I mean, you're putting in the time, you're putting in the effort, and then you're having a whole bunch of people come in and it's like, oh, woe is me, I'm not getting what I want. And you're like, I'm definitely not getting what I want. So what exactly do you want me to do about this? So just be aware that you could be sitting there thinking like, oh my gosh, are they being petty, or am I just, being too sensitive? No, they're being petty. During this time, people being petty, they're taking advantage, they're starting arguments just for the sake to start arguments. Like they just want a bit of, trauma. They're bored. They want to pull you into their chaos. Don't be pulled into it, because it will make your work suffer. And they don't care. They don't care that, oh my gosh, if you get pulled into this drama, then you're going to have to work 10 times harder, because they're going to pull you away from the task that you need to get done. So just be mindful about this during this time. Okay, the challenge is not getting pulled into their chaos, not being pulled into their pettiness, and really sitting there and saying, okay, what do I want? Where am I going? And I would just like to say, the people that you are having challenges with, okay, most definitely, okay, the people that come up, air sign energy, Hierophant, which is Taurus energy, water sign energy, okay? So water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then you have the Hierophant, the Taurus energy coming forward. So just naming those people, because that's what we can, and Pisces, that's what we have to be mindful of here. And it's like, oh, okay. So just naming those, I know they're not in the right position to be like, oh, okay, these are the people that you're going to have problems with. It's right here. It's super crystal clear, but it is clear. So what you're going to have is, you're going to have people who want to push things forward. They want things to move faster. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have the skill, right? Then you're going to have the person who wants to push things faster. They're fighting against the person who's talking about tradition, going slow, looking at things, looking at the way that it was done. And, they're fighting with that person. Then there's a person who's just really passionate and has kind of this innate insight, which I would take to be you. I would take that to be you during this time, is like this innate insight coming forward. So just be mindful about this. And then there's something that is a bit hidden, that somebody who is playing both ends. So there's somebody here where you're thinking, are they being sneaky? Or again, am I just overthinking this, overanalyzing? No, they are being sneaky. So just be aware of that. Okay, so we got through the challenge. Now what we need to focus on is, we need to focus on moving forward. And we also need to focus on somebody taking the reins and being the one who's going after things. So it's almost like there's no clear head. Everybody wants to be the leader. It's kind of like following the leader, and everybody's like, oh, I can be the leader. I can be the leader. No, you can't. Stop it. So there needs to be a clear sense of leadership and somebody taking the reins. That's going to be important. Now, Spirit is saying here, you could definitely take the reins, but do you want to? Do you want to have that burden added to your shoulder? So I would actually say, let somebody else do the dirty work, let somebody else take that on, because it's not necessarily going to be what you want. And it's going to hold you back the way that you want to move forward. So just be aware of this. But there is also a person and an energy that you're dealing with that is like, oh my gosh, let's just go. Let's just go. Let's just do this. And it's like, oh, no, you have to think it through. So you're going to need somebody who can fight this person, because not necessarily fight but who can combat this person, who has a rank and a title and a position that the person will acquiesce to, because the person is very much like, you can't argue with me. I've been here this long, or I've been doing this, or, I do this in my sleep type of thing. And it's like, but you're doing it wrong. You're not looking at the bigger picture. So just be aware of that. Now, what we need to focus on here is, what we need to focus on is moving forward, right? Going after things, letting somebody else be in charge. Then we have here your past and what we're leaving behind. So it's leaving the old way of doing things. This is Taurus energy, time frame, April 20th to May 20th. You're going to be looking at things differently. You're going to be leaving behind the sense of it has to be done just a certain way. This is the way that we've always done this. Do remember here that Spirit showed a bit of an argument between the old guard and the new guard coming in, like the old way of doing things and the new way of doing things. So being aware of that is going to be really important during this time. But this is also the sense of like, it's very interesting because somebody here wanted to shake everything up, wanted to do everything new, and left everything just in a state of chaos, like in a state of mess. And that's what people are cleaning up. And that's what people are like, trying to figure out what to do with, how to move forward. And you're going to have new ideas, fighting with old ideas, saying, should we do this? Should we do that? And it just feels like you're at a standstill, and yet you can't be at a standstill, right? Things need to be produced. Things need to be moving forward. So just being aware of this is going to be very important. We're also leaving behind this energy of bull in a china shop, right? We're just going to wreck everything, change everything, do everything all at once. So just being mindful about that is going to be a very important thing. Now, your strengths here, this is you. This is the fact, this is the King of Cups. This is moving forward in love and in passion. This is a person who absolutely loves what they do. There is a passion to you, there is a fire to you, there is a distinction to you that sets you apart from others. There is going to be somebody else that you are going to be very drawn to during this time who has that passion, who has that same love, who has that same instinct. And it's going to be opening up doors for you. It's going to help you look at things differently. All right? But this is a person who will listen to everybody and say, yeah, but my gut says this. Yeah, but this doesn't seem like the right decision. And he will call out, and I see this more as a masculine energy. It can be somebody who just has masculine energy to them, like makes the tough decisions, calls things out, pushes things forward, type of thing. But they always come from a place of passion, like they love what they do. And a lot of people do not love what they're doing as much as this person does. So whether this be a hobby, whether this be their career, like this person has such tremendous passion that it speaks to them in a way that it does not speak to others. It also is speaking to you, okay? But you are working so hard and you are dealing with so much nonsense right now that you need to send this off to somebody else. It's like, you need to handle this because I can't do my job, okay, if everybody keeps on bombarding me. It moves you then to the near future, which is the 10 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Pentacles is success and prosperity and bounty and a completion of a cycle, like winning the projects and moving things forward and, and seeing the success. It's like, yes, I got this. It is also starting to come out of a place where you felt chained, where you felt overwhelmed, where you felt like, oh, I can't do that. And now it's like, oh yeah, I can. And it's starting to see yourself as blessed. It's starting to see yourself as truly gifted. And that is a beautiful thing. And it starts to bring in, the money, honey. It starts to bring things forward in a way that you're like, oh my gosh, thank goodness. Like, oh, I've been waiting for this. And as Spirit says this, I just saw the cardinal pair that lives outside my window come forward. And that is beautiful. You're being told this by Spirit. If you have people on the other side, they are rooting for you to succeed. They are rooting for you to succeed, and they are bringing you blessings. So just know that. Just know that you're being guided in the most brilliant and beautiful of ways. Then we have the advice coming forward. This is the Page of Swords. Ask questions. Get curious. Dive deeper into things. This is a person who is curious. This is a person who loves to talk. I mean, seriously. And they have such a young, bright energy to them. Like, they don't have to be a young person at all. But the way that they interact with people, the way that they talk, it just brings an essence of curiosity, of connection, of insight. So here, this is how things advance forward, is that we're not being stuck in the past, right? And we're not just trying to push things forward. We're getting curious, we're asking the questions, we're looking at things differently. That's going to be really important. But there's also somebody here who's just a natural question asker. They are a natural, I don't know how to put it, other than they know the right questions to ask. They can boil things down and be like, oh, I see. We need to look at this. And everybody's like, how? And they're like, well, don't you see the question here? Or don't you look at this differently? And then it brings you to the environment. And it is the Fool. It is needing to take a leap of faith. And people are afraid to be the one who takes the leap of faith, who goes after the dream, who opens up the door. It's like, well, what if it doesn't work? But the real question is, what if it does? And it's not the chaotic, I have to push this forward, right? But it's being the hero of the story. And it's knowing that things have to progress. And that's going to be really, really important. The hopes and fears. Well, the hopes and fears there's a fear of like, it won't work out right? This is Pisces energy, time frame, February 19th to March 20th. It's like, will it work out right? What if it all fails? What if it all falls apart? You know, what if the shadows overwhelm us and we didn't see everything clearly? But the hope is the ever-changing face, is, you know, the fact that things change and progress and grow, and that we need to change and progress and grow with it. And so that energy should be one of excitement, but yet it's also like here one of fear. It's like, oh my gosh, what if it's not perfect? And it's like, yeah, but what if it is beautiful? Not perfect, but beautiful. And it brings you then to the outcome. And the outcome is the page of wands. Not the page, the Knight of Wands. And that's you. You're represented by the wands in the minor arcana, Aries, and you come through with movement energy, right? You have two knights moving forward, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, two of the fastest moving knights. And there's progress, there's determination, there's fire, there's focus, there's insight, there's a sense of things being illuminated. You're seeing things more clearly than you have seen them before. And that's going to be very thrilling for you. You're looking at things in a new way, with new light, with new eyes, but you're not afraid. So we start off this week with the sense of like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do and I'm never going to get it all done. And it's all so overwhelming. And I'm never going to get to the place that I want to be because I have so much to focus on. And you end with, I got this. I got this. I can move forward. I can see the bigger picture. And I know what I need. And there's a freedom to you that's guiding you. It's a freedom to you that's setting you, well, free, but it's leading you forward. And you're not going to feel as chained. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And this is the Starling. And it says, now is the time to get out into the world and connect in authentic ways. And that's going to be really important. It's not just kind of waiting for things to happen or hoping or thinking, oh, maybe this, maybe that. It's like, no, now it's time to go after what it is that I want. With the chakra energy during this time, angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is life purpose, like no small feat, right? The throat chakra comes forward. And it is speak your purpose. Say what it is that you want. Even if it's just to yourself, say what it is that you want. You might find that it's your purpose. You might find that like, oh, well, you know what? That doesn't ring true anymore. And I don't want that anymore. But say what it is that you want and see whether it rings true with you or not. It brings us then to the energy to be mindful of during this week, angels and Spirit guides. This is the Three of Wands. Be mindful of too many opportunities opening up or people wanting things to move too quickly this way, that way. Focus on one path forward. Then there will become three. But if you focus, like there's just a sense of people being all over the place and it's not going to move you forward the way that you want to. It's going to get things all knotted up. So just be aware of that. The subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Prince of Pentacles. Okay, so this energy, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but this is somebody who is very sneaky with money. Like they want the money for themselves and they do not want to share the funds. They do not want to be a team player. They want to take all the glory for themselves. So just be mindful about that. The subconscious chakra message is peace. Needing to embrace and focus on internal peace for yourself is going to be a game changer here. Yeah, here, Aries, it's the crown chakra, crowning yourself with peace, moving forward with that insight. The subconscious spirit message is the Robin, and it says new growth and potential is on the horizon. Reach out and embrace it. It's time. It's time. It's time to do things differently. It's not completely like disregarding tradition in the way that it once was done, but it's not being stuck in like, it has to be just like this, and it has to be just like that. There's an opening of creativity or insight or new ways forward, new ideas. So that's exciting. But there is this sense of so much potential coming forward. And as the weight of all the work and all the demands are kind of lifted off your shoulders just a little bit, you're not asking for a lot. You're asking for a little lift off your shoulders. Then all of a sudden, it's like, oh my gosh, then you can see you moving forward with that knight's mentality of like, I got this. I know what we're doing. I know where we need to be. Let's go. And it moves us then to the subconscious spirit message. And that is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is like, hey, listen, you can get worried, you can overthink, you can overanalyze. It's okay. But don't let that rob your sleep. Don't let that rob your energy. Don't let that take from you what you are building, because you will second guess yourself up and down the Mississippi, and that's not going to help anybody. So just be mindful about this. That subconsciously, you can kind of like doom scroll on your phone at night instead of getting a good night's sleep. You can, have all these different things that you need to get done that take away from taking care of yourself, because there's worry and fear that, it's just not going to happen, or things are just going to fall apart, or, somebody's going to drop the ball. If they drop the ball, that's on them. Do not make it your responsibility. Okay? Even if people are saying, oh my gosh, it's going to be your responsibility, document it, keep on moving forward. Okay? That's going to be really, really, really important. Okay? All right, Aries, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this week and of yourself. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed week. Bye.